We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. Interior Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr. has tasked all attached offices and local government units to ensure a safe and peaceful Holy Week. In a statement, Abalos said the Department of Interior and Local Government, Philippine National Police, and Bureau of Fire Protection will be on alert as Filipinos observe the rest of the Lenten season. He said the PNP is tasked to increase police visibility in churches, pilgrimage sites, terminals, ports, malls, parks, and other identified areas of convergence. Checkpoints will also be in place, especially in hotspots with widespread politics-related violence. The BFP will also be on alert for fires and other emergencies while reminding the public to unplug appliances before leaving their homes. Meanwhile, local officials will coordinate with local traffic enforcers, peace and order councils, and volunteers to secure areas where large crowds are expected. Abalos also called on the public to observe the Holy Week with unity and concern for others. Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Carpio has urged the Alliance of Concerned Teachers to condemn the terrorist attacks on the New People's Army on learners in Masbate instead of playing victim. Duterte made the remark after the group accused her of red tagging following her criticism on the group's requests. Duterte clarified that DepEd is already pursuing the hiring of teachers and administrative staff, as well as the construction of new classrooms as earlier identified in its basic education report released in January. The DepEd chief told ACT to stop dropping the victim card whenever they are exposed as sympathizers and supporters of the NPA, the Communist Party of the Philippines, and the National Democratic Front of the Philippines. She said the group should be siding with the students and teachers whom they represent, as they are the true victims of the NPA attacks. The NPA attack in Masbate resulted in the suspension of classes in 6 towns, affecting more than 55,000 learners and 2,800 personnel. Meanwhile, Filipino experts are being enlisted by the Ukrainian government to assist in rebuilding its war-torn cities. Chargé d'Affaires Denise Mikhailyuk of the Ukraine Embassy in Malaysia said Kiev would bring up the prospect of renewed labor collaboration with the Philippines. During his 4-day trip to Manila, the envoy said Ukraine is open to welcoming hard-working Filipinos, but no deal has yet been achieved over labor negotiations that were started prior to the Russian assault in 2022. Mikhailyuk said Ukraine kept up its offensive against Russian forces in order to hasten victory and liberate more Russian-occupied territory. He expressed the hope that Filipino traders and those in the construction industry will invest and choose Ukraine as a destination once Kiev has freed up additional territory. Ukraine is known as the breadbasket of Europe, being one of the top exporters of corn, wheat, and other agricultural products. The Department of Health seeks to address the issue of malnutrition among Filipino children after recent data showed that at least 29.5% of Filipino children under 5 years of age are stunted. At the launch of the Philippine Multi-Sectoral Nutrition Project, or PMNP, this morning, DOH Officer in Charge Maria Rosario Vergere noted that the youth today who will eventually run the country are underweight and not growing and developing properly. Vergere said the country's nutrition issues are affected not only by access to food, but also by other factors such as health, education, livelihood, social welfare, and governance. She said communities without proper access to food, education, and livelihood cannot raise healthy citizens. The DOH said that about 21.6% of Filipino children aged 0 to 23 months are stunted, while 12.3% are underweight. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the FB page of the Presidential Communications Office. I am William Theo. We tell stories that unite the nation. Have a very pleasant evening, everyone.